All right, y'all. Today we talking body game versus clout game, man. Or we're gonna talk a little bit about both. So what a lot of people don't realize is that there's this thing called clout that is crazy, yo. Crazy, crazy. If you don't know what clout is, it's basically status. It's basically status, right? But people don't realize how powerful clout is when it comes to the dating world. You guys see what these girls are doing with Chris Brown and going to the concerts and shit like that. But my first experience with clout was in my first year of college. I went to a frat party. So clout's gonna be a frat party, celebrity, a lot of followers on Instagram and social media, right? I know a lot of people don't think that matters, but it's because you've never had it. Once you've had it, you're like, oh, it matters. I don't think it matters, but they do. Anyways, I went to a frat party. I was with my homeboys. I knew some cues, right? This was at an all-black college. I knew some cues. So I was chilling at a party. We was talking up some chicks. This one I used to actually, try to do this fucking in-person bullshit. But anyways, talking to some chicks, seeing what's going on. We're like, oh shit, they feeling us. Then I was like, hold on. And I went to walk over with my boy. I'm like, hey, yo, the one on the left feeling you. You take the one on the left, I'll take the one on the right. So we talking. We think we're having a good time. And out of nowhere, right, we're right outside of the Q house, the Q dog house. Some of the Qs come out and they pick up these chicks and they take them to a back room. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here, right? So then we still talking to these two chicks. And then out of nowhere, they're like, hey, so like, are you part of this frat? And I'm like, no. Literally, as soon as I said no, she literally changed her entire mood, her energy changed. She shifted away, she ignored me. I was like, hey, ignored the fuck out of me. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't get it. I don't really get it. What the fuck's going on? Listen, guys, when you got that status, certain situations like that, like if you're at a Q dog party and you're not a Q dog, man, you're cooked. Even if you're a dude and you go there with your girl, right? And you're not a Q dog, she's gonna be lusting over those Q dogs. So you don't want to be there. Like situational game matters a lot. But that was my first experience like seeing clout, because here's the thing. Some of those Q dogs, the year before, like before they pledged and before they became one, they used to be like, I used to hear them getting roasted on because I was hanging out with a lot of chicks. Right? I used to hang out with a lot of chicks. Because right across my hallway, there were chicks and they were my roommates. But anyways, they were my roommates, but right across the hall from my room was a bunch of chicks. So we used to hang out a lot of times. So they used to be like, ew, that dude's so unattractive. He's so short. What the fuck? He's a loser. And they used to call all these dudes losers. Those same dudes pledged. And then the next semester became, alphas, Qs, all these other fraternities. And the same chicks that were like, oh my God, he's a loser. They're like, oh my God, this is something that's so cute about him. I don't know. I just really, I have to go talk to him. And I'm like, isn't that the same dude? Wait, didn't you say you didn't like him? She was like, yeah, but you don't understand. Like right now, this is something about him. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't understand completely what that was, right? Same thing when it comes to celebrities and like rappers. I know you guys know that clout matters because you got like, here's the thing. No homo, but you know when a dude is chopped. You know when a dude is cooked. Like I remember when Rob 49 was first coming up, some girls are like, oh, he's ugly, he's disgusting. Then he got popular and they're like, oh my God, like this is my baby daddy. And they lusting over him and shit like that. That's what status will do, man. They have these chicks lusting. When you garner all that attention and shit, the chicks will be lusting all over you and shit like that. And I also remember my homeboy, right, when I was at, this was a PWI, so this is different, but it was at a PWI, he was in a frat, right? He was in like a really big frat. And we went out or whatever, every time we went out, I was like, this dude's super cool, man. I can't believe he's in a frat, because black frats and white frats are way different, right? They're both lit as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. They're both lit as fuck, but they are different. So I was like, this dude's pretty chill, man. He's pretty chill, We're just chilling all the time. And then when he's like, oh yeah, let's go out. He was always chilling, never wearing nothing crazy. And we just walk into a club. I promise you, there was hella girls in the club, obviously, but only the baddest bitches ran as fast as they could and like came up to him and were like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Oh, what the fuck? It's like, what's going on here? Then the following day we went to the gym, right? There was like 20 girls in there. I would say 10 of them, like for real, because this is a college campus. 10 of them were 10s, and then the other ones were like 7s and 8s. All 10 10s came up to him and be like, I miss you. Why didn't you text me back to him? And I'm like, yo, what is going on, bro? That is the power of like clout, status. Status plays a big role, and it gives you, here's the thing. When you have a lot of status, it gives you a lot of trust, because a lot of people, look up to you. A lot of people are influenced by you, right? It's a big deal. Let me give you a situation. Shout out to this dude, by the way, because let me tell you this situation. So there was a situation, right? So I seen some chick and I used my lame ass line like, hey, you look familiar, on some bullshit, bro. Obviously she didn't look familiar. And she was like, okay, cool. And I was like, we should link up. And she was like, maybe. And then she's just like, we never linked up. And then she saw me in the gym. This was another occasion. She saw me in the gym with that dude from the frat. And she was like, I remember she came up to me and she was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh, what's up? And I just went back to working out. And then like she hit me up on Instagram right after that. And she was like, hey, like, I didn't know you knew him. Like, we should hang out. I promise you, bro. Just because I knew the dude, bro. I promise you, bro. Promise you. And then I remember when I was going like super viral on TikTok, like some chicks would hit me up and stuff like that. I got like hundreds of DMs on Instagram and stuff. And I was like, oh, this chick's light skin. She's pretty cute. You know, she got curly hair, whatever. So she hit me up and then I started talking to her or whatever. And then I was hanging out with her and I was like, what is that message? And then come to find out I'm like in her group chat and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? She like posted me in the group chat. She's like, oh my God, I'm with him and shit like that just because I had like followers and shit. And I was like, so followers really matter? Another situation with the you know, the status and shit. I know you guys see the rappers and stuff. You see that chicks are like, oh, I want someone who's 6'1 plus. And then you see the baby with Danny Lee and all these other chicks, you know, messing with the baby, because status does matter that much, especially as guys. Like as guys, like what the value you provide, the attention you command, the respect you command is more important than just like your height. Like I don't know why people think height is everything. It really isn't. I was 6'1", getting absolutely, I wasn't getting 0 girls. I was getting -2 girls, which means, you know, multiple girls would go out their way to tell me I have no chance. Like, and they were for real. It wasn't on that flirting shit. They were pissed at me for existing. Like, yeah, I used to get like -2 girls, bro, at the same height. And then the 5'7" running back to 5'8" people, they was getting hella hoes, man. Hella hoes, man. Because it's not only about, you know, height. And guys always think, oh, it's only about height. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah. I remember there was this one. I don't know what I was saying before, but I'm going to go to another story that has to do with it. But there was this one chick. And I'll put like a body game story on this later, more in detail. But there was this one chick, met her at the gym, you know, talked a little bit. She was like, okay, he's all right. And then I gave her my Instagram, and then she like responded to my story, and we started talking. And, you know, she's seen the followers and stuff. So it was like a lot of stuff that are usually red flags that I was, you know, displaying. She just let all that shit slide. She let all that shit slide. Because, you know, body game in itself is powerful. Clout game in itself is powerful. So when you put that shit together, you're unstoppable. That's why you see Gunna in the gym. That's why you see Moneybag Yo in the gym, because they're dating these chicks, right? These celebrity chicks, and those chicks be kind of fawning over other dudes and shit like that. Or they realize how important that keeping their body together is, not only for your mindset, but obviously for attraction in general. It's super important. Like, at the end of the day, guys, we can mess around, we can lie, we could give people participation trophies, we could tickle their ass and make them feel, you know, comfortable. But in reality, being lean is hard, being in shape is hard, getting a good physique is hard. So when you have that, you get more respect. It is simple biology. It's not that deep. Only people who try to overcomplicate it are people who are trying to overcompensate for lacking any of that, right? So that's some of the things I noticed about Clout Game. But honestly, I had like a very small social media of like I think it was like 2,000 followers or something like that in the beginning. And then once I started like building followers and getting posted on different pages and shit, I started noticing chicks would like, you know, DM me first more. And then once I got posted on the Shade Room, so many chicks DM me more because, you know, they're like, oh my God, he has clout, he must be important. I didn't know what that was until like my homeboy was like, and mind you, bro, anything I say is a smaller version of my homeboys. Like, my homeboys have better bodies than me. My homeboys have more money than me. My homeboys are more successful than me. My homeboys, let's see, more aesthetic than me. Like, my homeboys, let me see. Yeah, they get way more hoes than I do. So everything I'm saying is like a baby version of their situations. Like, it just is. But anyways, like, I remember I was like, hey, yo, these chicks been hitting me up on social media a lot. And he's like, yeah, man, that's how it is, man. When you got clout, they see you fit, they see you posted on other pages, you get hoes. I was like, you been doing this shit? He's like, bro, I get hit up by hella hoes. And he would start showing me baddies, bro, baddies, some low-key chicks. And then, of course, some married chicks. And then some chicks in relationships that are like, I love my boyfriend, but they're DMing him. And then also some verified chicks. And then some industry chicks were like DMing this dude. I was like, damn, bro, you getting all these DMs? He was like, yeah, it just happens every day. And then I started getting all these DMs from all these chicks and stuff like that. And I was like, this is what happens when you have like a presence. This is another reason that chicks say, I don't want my man to have a social media, because they know that if you have a social media as a dude and you're attractive and you get these followers, you're going to realize that, oh, shit, like, when chicks like my pictures, that means they like me. So my girlfriend, if she's liking pictures, that means she must be talking to those dudes. They like you to be kept in the dark so they can, you know, have their cake and eat it too. I promise you that is the reason. Because I've seen a chick. Matter of fact, I got to find this comment. I'm going to try to find this comment and post it here. But if I can't find it, I can't post it. But there was this chick. But then it's 2 screenshots. But there was this chick, and she like doesn't have, her boyfriend doesn't have a social media, right? She posted him on the page a few times, but he doesn't have social media. So she would comment on my post and be like, oh my God, thank God my boyfriend's not on this app. You are such a daddy, or some shit like that. And like heart eyes on a lot of my posts. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, And then she's posting her boyfriend on her page. Like, what kind of disrespect is that? There's just a lot of that goes on social media. You could, bro, just go through, look at one of the thirst traps on TikTok and just go through the comments. You'll see a bunch of chicks being like, oh my God, I want him. Oh my God, I want him. Hard eye, hard eye. On like a bunch of dudes thirst trap shit. And because there's so many comments, if your girlfriend's in there, you might not find that shit, right? Because it's not Instagram. Like when TikTok first came out, if you followed someone and they commented on something, you couldn't find it unless you scrolled all the way through. It didn't pop at the top, right? Like Instagram does. So chicks have boyfriends and they're like in committed relationship in their bio and they're just hard eyeing everything, yo. Because that clout, I guess it's competition anxiety or some shit. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like me and my homeboys, like back in the 2016, when was this shit? Like 2016, 2017, when you got posted on different pages and shit, and you were like doing the shout out for shout out shit, man, there was like 20 of us, and like our comments used to be like 500 comments of just chicks, and then DMs, chicks hitting you up. I'm talking about baddies, married chicks, and then of course you got your out of shape, not attractive chicks, but you just got all these different chicks just hitting you up, and it's putting you on game like, oh, wow, like I don't really care about clout that much. As a dude, I'm just simple. I'm simple. I don't really care if a chick has clout. We want the opposite as dudes. We want a low-key chick that's loyal. That's what we want. These chicks want some dude, who is obviously respected by other dudes, but attractive in their eyes and then attractive to other women as well. Because if a chick gets some dude who gets no play, she'll be like, what the fuck? I don't want this nigga. I'm the only one that wants this nigga. Like, let's just be honest. This is how it works. Obviously, on social media, they'll say differently because, I don't know. That's all they do on social media is just fucking lie. But yeah. Clout is a big thing, guys. Clout is a big factor. That's why you see these celebrities, you feel me, getting all these chicks, and you're like, wait, that celebrity's objectively ugly. Like, he's objectively ugly. I think he's ugly. You see these rappers, and all the chicks be like, oh my God, like, I really want Kodak Black and Rock 49. He's just there's something about him. It's really the, the status, obviously, the fame, the money, and all that shit. Because fame is basically clout game. Like, that status is, that pretty much overcomes, like, it almost overcomes Bodygame, man, when you got that status. It's like, it's very fucking close. It's very, very, very fucking close. But anyways, that's just my experience with it. If y'all guys like this, I'll make like another video on this, but stay blessed.